We gather videos and information from the web, and if you stick around, we are going to share it with you. So stay tuned for news and updates.
The Federal Reserve knows the dollar is finished. I mean, honest to God, if I could speak about maybe something I've heard at some point, maybe from somebody reputable, maybe not, you never know. I'm just going to throw something out there that I heard. That the BRIC nations want off the dollar, and they're going to do it August 1st of this year. So they have their own version of the SWIFT system, an international payment system that will run everything but the dollar. And joining that list is Saudi Arabia. This is big. China's on that list. Russia's on that list. Brazil is on that list. Thailand's on that list. There's a lot of countries that are tired of the dollar and they want off.
In blockchain news, XRP Healthcare, a company focused on creating a decentralized marketplace for healthcare products and services, has announced the launch of its new native token, XRPH. The token will be used as a utility on the company's marketplace, which is set to launch in the second quarter of this year, and will allow users to purchase a wide range of pharmaceutical healthcare products and services, including both conventional and alternative medicines. The company aims to provide users with a decentralized platform that exists outside of centralized banking systems, allowing for more transparency and security in transactions. XRP Healthcare has also announced a partnership with ScriptCo, the only pharmacy in America that sells medications at cost price, saving customers thousands of dollars each year. ScriptCo will be the exclusive distributor on the XRP Healthcare marketplace.
I mean, the speech got a lot of attention because it was the first time we had expressed to the world that we didn't view Ether as a security.
Is it your view now that that Bitcoin and Ether are not securities?
No, I'm not going to get into any one token, but I think the securities laws are quite clear. If you're raising money from somebody else, and that's something the investing public believes that they anticipate or have a reasonable anticipation of profits based on the efforts of others, that fits within the securities law.
And the next day.
You just described some crypto as securities. Which ones do you think of as securities?
It's pretty clear, and the Supreme Court has actually spoken about this many times. If somebody is raising money, selling a token.
Start the Ether presale in a couple of weeks. So the Ether presale will be an opportunity for anyone to purchase Ether, where Ether is the internal currency inside of the Ethereum system, sort of like the XRP and Ripple.
And the buyer is anticipating profits.
What we're hoping is that sort of similar to what happened with Mastercoin. If that slice is something like 20%, and then the value of Ether goes up by 5, then we basically have the entire initial BTC that we got all over again.
Based on the efforts of that group.
About 100 people that are working on Ethereum right now.
Myself leading the protocol design.
And we also have branding teams, we have marketing teams.
That fits into something that's a security.
Partially in order to better flesh out the business plan, partially in order to better flesh out the terms, partially for legal reasons.
So I got the chance to be the one to write all that stuff. So, and I pulled in Cooley, and I pulled in a couple of law firms. So we've now got a nice little working group of law firms that are in the space that are doing this. The general reception I think we got when we visited the SEC back in April was actually really positive, and full decentralization. And that's what the Hinman speech, which tracks my memo pretty well, has come out and said. And the Hinman speech has generally said, okay, decentralization, we think, gets both Bitcoin and Ether out of securities law status.
So back at the first Ethereal, I was hoping that, in my speech, I was hoping that the central bankers could kick the can down the road for another 5 years or 10 years and enable us to build more. And I'm not sure we're going to have that luxury now with COVID and the crisis. And it's not just a biological virus crisis, it's a global economic crisis. And so I think
And then the other issue is that, a lot of people ask us, well, what's the cap? What's the final supply of Ether? And we say, well, there is none. It keeps on growing by a fixed quantity every year, where that fixed quantity is roughly equal to 30% of the initial supply. So the idea there is that, the supply keeps on growing, and so it's not like there's this one fixed pie that you can gain 5% of forever. That's probably our biggest difference compared to...
This is not financial advice, and by any means you should not take any advice from us. We have no financial background. This channel is strictly fun-based. So stay along for the ride, and if you like what you see, be free to like and subscribe.